Why is this so dirty, bro? Hey guys, it's Andy, aka Elegy. I'm back bringing you another Magic the Gathering deck tech. This is actually another updated version of an old deck tech that I did over a year ago. Back in the day, I primarily played mono green, and one of my favorite cards was and still is Dungrove Elder. 3-drop hexproof creature, power and toughness equal to the number of forests you control. Just always liked it, always wanted to build around it. So I built a deck around it. A little jank, very much all over the place, and it still kind of is, but there's a quirky combo, and I went all in on the combo, and I just kind of optimized some things from last year's video, and made the deck in a way that I think it can function more so than it could before, like without the combo necessarily going off. So yeah, going to begin updating that video. Let's see. So to begin with, 19. I thought I changed that to at least 22, bro. Oh no. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to change that, but this time 24. Oh lord. I do have a lot of ways to ramp, and maybe not ramp, but to search out forests, so that's usually not so much of a problem. If you can get 2 forests, you can play the game, so usually not much of a problem. Usually. But man, that 20, bro, I gotta work some things out. Anyway, here we got Treefolk Harbinger, Treefolk from Lorwyn. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a Treefolk or Forest card, and you don't get to put it in your hand, but you do get to put it on the top. So if I'm scrounging for lands, I can put one of those on the top, or since it can also hit a Treefolk, and it can actually hit Dungrove Elder, which is the primary win condition of the deck. So very solid 1-drop all around. Has some synergies later in the deck, but yeah, I got 4 of them as the optimal turn 1 play. This is my only 1-drop in the deck. I don't believe there originally was any, so yeah, nice having a 1-drop now, so we can start playing the game turn 1 if everything aligns properly. And here we have our 2-drop beginning slot. This is Sylvan Ranger. This replaced Rampant Growth. Rampant Growth kind of been a staple in my younger days, but I switched it up for Sylvan Ranger because it effectively does the same thing. It doesn't technically ramp you, but you get the land, so you can play it next turn, so you can keep playing, your 2, your 3, and, your 4. Is there any 4-drop? I don't think there's any 4-drops in the deck, but you know what I mean. The point of Rampant Growth is so you can ramp past your turn 3 and play a 4-drop on turn 3. But that's not necessary here. So Sylvan Ranger fills the role, and it's a creature, so having a body is going to be nice for staving off, aggro, decent all around. So yeah, Sylvan Ranger, easy replacement for Rampant Growth. And then we got another play set of 2-drops. Why is there so much dust on these sleeves? Yeah, Sakura Tribe Elder, 2-drop that you can sack without needing to pay any mana, without needing to tap it. So the moment you play this, you can sack it if need be, and search for any basic land, put it into play tap. So very, very good card. Like I said, if you get 2 lands and you get any of these, you can play the game, because you can get more lands, so you can play more cards. So 2 is the sweet spot that you absolutely need to play the game. Even 1 if you have a Harbinger, because then you can get a second one. So 20 is very few, but with how much we have to search for more lands, I don't think it's as big of a problem as it would be otherwise. So yep, here we got Yavimaya Elder. Only got 3 of them because the condition where this ramps you is not enter the battlefield, but when it dies. So that's not always going to happen. It could get exiled or bounced or anything. So not the greatest ramp source, but I like my ramp sources to be creatures that have bodies. And this especially is nice because you can pay 2 and sack it, which also lets you draw a card, which is very good advantage. So when it dies, you search for 2, put them in your hand. So yeah, very, very solid creature right there, Yavimaya Elder. But now we get to the main boy, Dungrove Elder, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Dungrove Elder is the main win condition of the deck. That's what the combo is built around, and even if it's not, it's just a very solid 3-drop that gets big. Technically not evasive, but it has built-in protection, so I think it's overall solid. Like I said, it's one of my favorite cards. Speaking of which, another one of my favorite cards is a new addition to the deck, and like I said, we skipped right past 4 drops, going into Elder Gargoth, boys. This was a last-minute inclusion because I wanted a way to stabilize, so the life gain, and more importantly, a way to draw. Because if my hand early game and even mid game is cluttered up with like big cost spells that I can't play because I don't have the lands, or combo pieces that I don't want to use, I need a way to keep replenishing my hand so I can actually play the game. So that's why I have Garg here, like in addition to like I said, stabilizing with the life gain. But Garg's just very good. It dies to removal a lot easier than Dungrove Elder, but if it can stick around, it can also become a win condition very easily on its own. So yeah, I figured Elder Gargoth and Dungrove Elder, both definite fits in this deck. Can't believe I didn't have it in the original deck either, but yeah, I think it fits for the reasons I mentioned earlier. And one more set of creatures. 3 copies of Prime Time. By the time I get this down, I shouldn't need to ramp much more, but the additional land when it ETBs and whenever it attacks, it's just going to thin out my deck and be, you know, very nice all-around value. So yeah, I had to leave in the Prime Times. And yeah, that's it for the creatures. So let's continue. Here we got some interactive elements in Master's Rebuke. This could be sided out for like enchantment hate. This is just my removal spot. I got for Rebuke. This hits creatures. This hits creatures or planeswalkers, so automatic go-to inclusion. I thought about putting like Beast Within or something just as a catch-all, but I don't like how it gives your opponent a resource, so it's kind of like you're getting 2 for 1. So I went with Master's Rebuke, and yeah, I like it so far. Like I said, if you need like enchantment hate or something, you can just side it out for the more applicable removal piece you need. But yeah, there's that. Now I got 3 copies of the Great Henge. I don't think this was in my... Yes, it was in my original iteration of the deck. Yeah, I remember now, it was. This is a very good ramp piece, and the reason I have all these creatures is because even if I draw them late game, if I have a Henge out, the creatures entering the battlefield count as a cantrip, so it would allow me to draw, dig for more combo pieces, more value cards, and just more ways to, you know, generally win the game. So Henge is a crazy good card, definite fit in this deck. Only 3 of them because it's legendary, but you know, very, very solid option there. And we're almost done with the deck. Here we got 4 copies of Bull's Strength. Instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of the turn, and then you untap it. So this is primarily the combo piece, well, part of it, but it can be used just to win combat if need be, or to swing for lethal. Like if I have a big Dungrove Elder and I just need to, you know, deal lethal damage, that can give me trample, and Dungrove Elder has Hexproof, so it can't be interacted with easily at instant speed, so it's usually not going to result in a blowout if need be. So Bull's Strength is nice in that regard, but like I said, it's primarily the combo piece to the final inclusion in the deck, which is 3 copies of, you guessed it, good old Big Kitty Colossification. Attach it to target creature, but you tap the creature and the creature gets +20/+20. So ideally, you have Dungrove Elder out with enough lands to cast both Colossification and Bull Strength in the same turn, which would be 9. 7 Force and a Henge also works. You have your Dungrove Elder out, play Colossification on it, which would make it 27/27, but that taps it. Then you put Bull Strength on it to untap it and deal 20 damage right then and there. That's the combo. Extremely minimalistic in design. Hammer Time does the same thing in like 2 turns, so yeah, not a very high tier competitive deck by any stretch, but it's definitely fun. I definitely enjoy it, and I wanted to show you guys the final version. So this is it. I've been meaning to show it for a while. I don't know why I haven't, but yeah, here it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be making more Magic the Gathering deck tech videos, so if you'd like to see more, definitely be sure to subscribe. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day, guys.